Hello, my little friends, and welcome back to yet another sweet little episode of From Mangoes to Maples, where stories from India travel all the way to your homes here in Canada. It's me, Millie, and today's story is all about justice or doing what is fair and right. The story comes from the time of Akbar and Birbal, two famous figures from Indian history known for their wisdom and kindness. Akbar and Birbal were a great team. Akbar was the wise king and Birbal was a brilliant thinker and King Akbar's special advisor. This story is called Birbal and the Missing Ring. Ready? Let's begin. One morning, in the grand palace of Emperor Akbar, a loud cry echoed through the halls. "My ring! My precious ring is missing!" shouted the royal gardener who took care of all the palace plantations and the huge garden. He said he had kept it safely on the bench, but now it is gone. The gardener told Akbar, "I did not lose it, your majesty. Someone must have surely taken it." Akbar frowned and said, "Bring everyone who was in the garden today. Bring all of them here now." Soon 5 palace workers stood in a line, nervous and confused. Akbar looked at Birbal, the wisest advisor, and said, "Find out the truth, Birbal, but make sure it is fair." Birbal looked at all of them, thought for a while, and quickly had a smart plan in his head. He then said, "I will find the one who took the ring without accusing anyone wrongly." He left for a moment and returned having 5 small sticks, all of the same size. Birbal handed 1 stick to each worker. "These are justice sticks," he said calmly. "By tomorrow morning, the stick of the person who took the ring will grow by 1 inch." Everyone gasped. Sticks that grow overnight? How could that be? The workers held their sticks tightly as they left. The next morning, they all gathered again. Birbal collected all the sticks and noticed something. 1 stick was shorter than before. Birbal held it up and explained. Last night, the worried man who had stolen the ring thought the stick would magically grow. So he secretly cut a little piece off to make it look the same size the next day. So when it grows, it doesn't look any longer. But because he cut it, the stick became shorter instead. And that's how I knew he was the one who took the ring," Birbal said, pointing at the one who had this stick. The man fell on his knees. "Yes, I took it. I'm sorry. I buried it near the rose bushes." He cried and asked for forgiveness. Akbar, all surprised, asked Birbal, "How did you know this would happen?" Birbal smiled and said, "Justice is not magic. It is understanding how people act." Akbar returned the ring to the gardener and told the man who had stolen the ring, "Because you told the truth and returned it, your punishment will be light. But remember, justice always finds its way." Birbal added softly, "And justice means finding the truth fairly without hurting the innocent." You little children growing up in Canada see justice every day. In classrooms where everyone gets a turn, in playgrounds where rules are the same for everyone, in communities that believe everyone deserves fairness. Just like Birbal, you too can learn to be fair, patient and thoughtful when solving problems. And never be scared to stand up for what is fair. Think for a moment. If something goes wrong, do you rush to blame someone? Or do you take a breath and try to understand what really happened? Justice begins when you choose fairness over anger. And justice means finding the truth kindly and fairly without hurting the innocent. This was the end of today's story, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time, my friends. Have a nice week ahead. Until then, keep learning, keep shining, and keep growing every single day.